Welcome back, everyone, to the Me and Jesse podcast. My name is Mark Pavelich, and away in the Grove, the big, sexy, the star of the show, everybody, the one and only Jesse Martineau.
What's up?
Hey, you know what's up? Oilers got no balls.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
the Oilers have Here's my take.
Yeah,
Canucks up 2-1 in the series. Could easily be 3-0. But the Oilers, game one, game in hand, they had it. And they've started playing game two already in their heads.
Yeah.
Game two played much better. Canucks didn't give up. We're playing the same game. Ties it up. Goes to overtime. Oilers win that one. Lucky. Last night, hey, Canucks are like, you know what? We don't care if you're at home. The Canucks are scary. I'm blown away, to be honest. I actually thought that Oilers would take it like 5-1 in the series. They'd win in game 5, 4-1. But the way they're playing now, and Skinner is horrible.
Horrible.
He's so bad.
And you know the coach is going to put him back in for game 4, right? And that's a huge mistake. But can we talk about this one thing that happened at the end of the game yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Carson Soucy, number 7, and Nikita Zadorov, number 91.
Former Flame.
Now, listen, yes. And you know what's crazy? On Twitter today, I showed the cross-check to the face.
Yeah.
And to the back.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm not, see, you know what people don't understand? They think I'm fending and saying, oh, poor, no. That's not what I'm doing. I'm telling you something right now. How there wasn't a benchroom brawl after the show for what they did to the star player. Forget about what these two Canucks did. They did it on purpose. Yeah. They're not stupid.
No.
They did it. And Soucy's fine? $5,000.
Yeah.
$5,000.
You know, it's funny because
I guarantee the team's paying that too. He's not paying that $5,000.
Yeah.
That
the game
$5,000
before,
peanuts.
and again, this is retaliation for the game before, and I can't remember who it was, but he sticked him when he was skating by right in the balls.
Yeah.
And so they're retaliating. And I mean this is what happens when you try to take the fighting part out of hockey.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get guys doing this. You're going to get guys cross-checking and slashing, trying to get away with stuff. Back in the day, you just punched people and it was over. And so, you're going to hit them. Yeah, but if you did touch someone, what happened, Mark? You touched your player. You touched the guy. If Gretzky got touched, what happened?
Jesse, could you imagine? No, Jesse, McDavid didn't get touched. He got, I'm going to use
that's
this
what
word.
I mean.
He was assaulted.
Yes.
He was assaulted. He literally got the cross check from a 247-pound defenseman.
He's a big dude.
Who's basically not scared of anyone if you haven't noticed. Has anybody noticed this besides myself in Edmonton?
That was a huge pickup by them for the Canucks. That guy's like, the Oilers hate this guy. It's crazy how much he's disturbed it.
Jesse, he's flexing on everybody. Yeah. He's even flexing on the crowd. I saw a video today. The guys he was in the penalty box and fans were like shooting him the finger and stuff. And he was just laughing at them. Yeah. He was like, I'm laughing at you idiots because you're trailer park and I'm laughing at you. And then he goes on the ice at the end of the game, cross checks McDavid to the back. I mean, hard.
Oh yeah.
Hard.
He got him. Got him.
And as he's got him to the back, Jesse, Soucy comes up top to the chops.
Yeah.
Whap. And I think to myself, this is Connor McDavid they're doing it to, which is telling you something, Oilers. They basically didn't just beat you now they're up 2-1. They basically took that shit and smeared it in your face, and no one did nothing about it.
Yeah.
Nobody. Not all you tough guys out there. Where are you tough guys? Where are you tough guys out there that your captain got assaulted at home and you ate it with a spoon this big?
Yeah.
It was disgusting. People on Twitter thought I was I was saying how both these players are despicable. They're despicable because they're getting away with it. You let them do it. You're letting them do it.
This is what they're doing. This is despicable. This is what everyone would do. If the Oilers, if there was that guy on the Canucks, the Oilers would be doing it to them. This is how it is now. And this is
everybody wants to know, Jesse, and everybody wants to know. Listen, I got to put my glasses on. Nikita Zadorov.
Yeah.
We all want him on our team.
Yeah.
Because he just cross-checked.
Yeah.
The greatest hockey player in the NHL right now.
And there's
didn't
nothing
even
they can
think
do
twice about it. And there's nothing you can do about it. He basically just flicked you on the nose, and you got to eat it. And that's what happened. That's what I'm mad about. I'm mad about that you let that go. You guys are soft.
Yeah,
you're soft.
The Oilers, out of anything, and the Canucks aren't a tough team. Like in terms of that, but they're showing the Oilers what it's like to play the playoffs right now. And then you got to, and then let's say the Oilers do come through this, then you got to play the winner of the Stars and Avalanche, who are the Canucks times 5 and
Toughness.
Physical.
Oh yeah, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. What are you supposed to do then? And you're not playing their third string goaltenders.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Don't forget that, everybody. The Canucks have their third string goaltender in.
And so do the Oilers, though.
Well, no, I mean, unfortunately, Skinner's their number one. But
but what I'm saying, he's playing like a third, fourth string.
What did we say? We've been saying it for 12 months. What do they need? And everyone's like, oh, it'll be fine. Skinner's fine. Skinner's good. He's not. This isn't what he thrives in. Regular season's different, everyone. And I know that, the Oilers are built for the playoffs. They're not built for the playoffs. I know you think
clearly see they're not.
I know you think the speed is the answer. It's a big part, but it's gone back the other way where you still need to be tough and you still need to have that goaltender you can ride his back on. I mean, that 4-1 lead in game 1, that should have been any other goaltender is going to shut that down. We're winning this game now. My offense did it for me. I'm not giving up more than 3. And Skinner can't give up less than 4. So that's the thing. And somehow the Canucks are stopping the Oilers from scoring. It's insane.
19-3 in the third period in shots.
It's mind-blowing.
Oilers had 19 against a third string goalie. Can't put the puck in the net. 19-3. You understand how mind-boggling this is. Mm-hmm. This is after your goalie. Don't forget in that 4-1 loss too, Jesse. Vancouver scored 2 goals from 180-degree angle.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Jesse, not 1.
Yeah.
2.
Well, the first one banked off his back. The second one banked off his leg.
Yeah.
Third one was all right. It was kind of a seeing eye shot. But the fourth one was from the red line, next to him. And Zadorov actually does that shot. He does it a few times. He did it in Calgary too. But
I see him do it before. But not to be dumping him in though.
Yeah, no. But you should know. Skinner can't let that in. You just can't let that in. And so it's the Oilers are still not out. I mean, obviously they're not out of it yet. But if they keep playing like this and are
Jesse,
soft.
Are we the only people that realize he shouldn't be having McDavid and Draisaitl on the same line? Can you split these two guys up and leave them for the power play together? But split these guys up, man, because the amount of minutes they're playing together is going to kill them. They will never make it through the next round if they get through this round because of the amount of they're playing. There's nobody even close to the minutes the two of these guys are playing. And if you spread them out, you'll cut down their minutes. But their minutes, Jesse, they're playing 31 minutes a game, and these games aren't even going in overtime, really. That's insane.
Yeah.
And literally, and because they're on the same line. Now, if you split them up like everybody thinks they should, listen, there's no question they're getting out coached right now. They are getting out coached. And this coach, everybody's got kind of a high praise for it because he used to be McDavid's coach, but he was McDavid's coach in juniors. Yeah. Okay. So what people don't understand is this is different. This is different. It makes you think, oh yeah, I'm going to put McDavid together with Draisaitl. No, you do not. You got to spread that shit out. You know who you got to put on the line with McDavid because you got no tough guys out there. You got one semi-tough guy on your entire team and he ain't doing shit.
Yeah, he's dried up, isn't he? He was great in the playoffs last year, wasn't he? Now this year, where has he been?
No.
You're talking about Kane, right?
No, who am I talking about?
Kane?
Of course I'm talking about. No one else to talk about. There's no even second choice right now. It's got to be Kane. And you got to put Kane on the line with McDavid because when that shit happens, Kane has that switch. And that switch, even with the 240-pounder, the Russian, you know what he does? He throws down with them.
I'm a little surprised Corey Perry hasn't been doing that.
Come on, man. What is wrong with these guys? Listen to me when I tell you this. Your captain, the greatest player on the planet right now, got assaulted in his own arena.
Yeah.
What next?
Yeah.
How do I got to break this down? No, there's no pep talk. There is no sis boom blah. You pussies. Your captain got assaulted in front of 20,000 people at Rogers Place last night on live TV with people watching, and you guys ate it. And Kane, look at me. I've always give you huge props, but you got to knuckle up, bro. You got to duct tape those hands. You got to figure out what you got to do to flip the switch. You know the game when you got the assist, you got a goal, and you had to fight. That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's the only way they're going to come through this. These two guys right now, I heard that the Susie guy's going to get suspended one game for the hit.
Sure.
And yeah, but the big guy's not getting suspended. He's not getting suspended. That's your real problem. He's the real problem.
Yeah, he's the one. He knows. And he knows. Bro, and that's his job. Like, he knows. And he's also good. Which is also crazy. But he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's supposed to do, and he knows where the line is.
Jesse, he knows exactly where the line is. I'm glad you said that. And you know what's funny? We all know who he is all of a sudden. Nobody knew who this guy was before the playoffs started. You know who him because he played with Calgary or whatever. But what I'm saying is, on the grand scheme of things, his value, his stock is going up by the second, and it's a plethora. I mean, it's like going. We're watching it. We're watching it go up because he is that guy. He is that guy that is 247 pounds.
Yeah.
And he literally
shit disturber.
doesn't. Have you ever seen a 247-pound shit disturber?
Man, that's crazy, isn't it? Tikkanen was pretty big, wasn't he? But not that big.
No, Jesse, this is so scary now because you can't do nothing about it. And they're basically saying that right to your face. They're basically telling. When I saw Bouchard skate in after McDavid got assaulted. Assaulted. I have to use the word assaulted. Yeah. He got assaulted. Bouchard went over there and kind of just gave someone a push on the shoulder. And I was like, oh no, you just didn't do that. You should have took your helmet off and smashed it over his head, at least to make a point to get the team understanding how this is. I hear McDavid do those speeches in the dressing room. We're like brothers. You're not like brothers.
No.
Because if you did, listen to me when I tell you this. If you fucking did that to listen to me. If you fucking did that to me, to my brother, Jesse, let's sit around one day and let someone do that. Let someone do that to you, Jesse, and I'm sitting next to you. Let's see what happens. You're gonna get a beer mug across the face. That's guaranteed. At 57 years old, forget about if I was their age. At their age, you would have had to call 911. Okay.
Yeah, but and that's what's wild. Like, I can't believe it.
Jesse, you cannot. If you're an Oilers fan right now, if you're not outraged, and when I hear these,
not just at the guys. Like, don't get sidetracked here. I'm not saying about the two guys. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's dirty, but that's hockey.
Yes,
get mad at your own team for not backing up the best player in the world.
On Twitter, all of a sudden, I start talking about hockey. Everybody's going crazy on me because they're like, "Oh my god!" And but I'm trying to get across to them. These guys are scoundrels, but they're good at it.
Yeah,
and you're letting them get away with it. Get away with it. So what's the point now? But when you're sitting there going, I hear McDavid, and I think he really means it for once. He's in the dressing room going, my brothers.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Because that would never happen to my brothers. Not in a million years. Not on my clock. I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you that would never happen with me. So, the people I hang around with, but for some reason on live television in front of 20,000 people at Rexall, that's okay. Come on, man. That's not okay. And you know what? The NHL basically told you what they thought about it. They gave the guy a $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
$5,000. You know what his parking costs are probably for his luxury apartment? It's probably that a week in Vancouver. So just to give you an idea what's going on here.
It is. I mean, Oilers fans, be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that's the thing, the Canucks are going to keep doing this to you.
Oh,
they're going to keep doing it.
They got to pass. They just got to pass to do it to McDavid. You imagine, you know who they're going to go to next? Draisaitl. That big Russian, he's going to put it on Draisaitl next because that's the only thing you got to do. Because as we've clearly seen during this entire series and the series prior, there's only one line that scores. There's no other line scores. Tell me where Hyman is. Tell me where Nugent Hopkins is. Tell me where these guys are. They're null and void. And listen,
they had a good game one. Hyman did, but yeah.
Okay, Jesse, this is the NHL, bro. This is what have you done for me lately? Okay, this isn't about game one or last series.
It's going into game 4.
That's all gone.
Yeah.
That's all gone. Now we're sitting here going, where is everybody? Only one line can score. That's why you have to break up McDavid and Draisaitl, and you got to mix in Kane and Nugent Hopkins and Hyman with them, and literally play a 2-3. Listen, we've said it a million times on this show, and now it's going to come back to bite the Oilers this year. We talked about it. You have to have 4 lines functioning to win the Stanley Cup. You have to have 4 lines. They clearly during the regular season have 4 lines, but in the playoffs we clearly see it's 2 lines. When your 2-star players, the 2 best NHL players in the NHL, are playing 31, 32 minutes a game collectively, there's a problem.
Yeah. And I thought maybe going back to Edmonton it wouldn't be that way because they get the line changes for them, but that clearly isn't the problem.
They got to coach, Jesse. They got to coach. Why we pretend that's not happening right now? I'm not. Listen, this coach is nor here nor there. He's not a problem. Like, but what I'm saying is,
it's not
he
bad.
did get out.
It's just
no. But he clearly got a coach yesterday.
Yeah.
When like you just said, you just brought it up 5 seconds ago about the changes, and for some reason he couldn't get that going. He also has let Skinner in. Like, listen, they scored 4 goals on 15 shots yesterday. Yeah. Okay. Let me explain this to you, what percentage that is, everybody. Okay. so you don't make AAA bantam if that's your percentage. If you're letting in 4 goals and 15 shots, you don't make AA bantam teams in hockey. He led in 4 goals and 15 shots. What I'm trying to tell you, he led in 3 goals after 12 shots.
Yeah. He had 733 save percentage yesterday.
Yes. So Jesse, if you let in 3 goals after 12 shots,
that's not good.
What do you do, Jesse Martineau? You pull your goalie. But what did he do? He left him in for that another goal.
Yeah. I think
you could have pulled him, put the other guy in net. You see what happened when they put the other guy in net, though? They were diving in front of everything, every shot. They were running to the puck because they were so scared. Like so you're playing defense to that desperation of that degree, and you have to play like that instead of worrying about being offensive because you know your goalie can't keep you in the game.
It's true. It's true.
It's very true.
It's interesting one. McDavid 0 points last night.
Yeah. When it really matters. So when it really matters, like, McDavid's going to be able to show his kids one day this really spectacular highlight video of himself. And then his little kid one day is going to say, little McDavid's going to go, Daddy, where's the Stanley Cup? And he's like going to say, well, son, I never won one of those, but you want to see me do this, going through the whole team and all that other bullshit. That's what you can see. But we all know as well as anybody, none of this means anything unless you win the Stanley Cup. None of it. Ask anybody that's won the Stanley Cup. They could give a rat's ass if McDavid knows how to stick handle through 97 people. If they show one more time on television how long the Oilers have the puck in Vancouver's end, they did it the other day, like 3 times in a row. Showed one time was 1 minute and 41 seconds. They had it in their end. Next time was 1 minute and 38. This is insane. But they're not scoring. You're not scoring when you imagine keeping a team in their own end for 1 minute and 48 seconds and you don't score.
Yeah.
No scoring. Well, this is the third string goalie.
Yeah, exactly. And his save percentage has been great. The best Skinner has is 8.44 in game 2. Game 1 was 7.93. And so you can't win anything with an 84% save percentage. Like, do some math there.
Double A bantam.
Yeah. What are you playing? So yeah, that
my goddaughter plays net. Zoe. My goddaughter plays net, and her name is Zoe Obrowski, and her save percentage is much higher than that.
Yeah. So here's the thing too, like, and we also said too, the defense. Like, Darnell Nurse has to be one of the most overpaid defensemen in the NHL, if not the.
No, please, because I defended him for years.
I was always against him. I always was, and I was.
And you're 1,000,000% correct, because he clearly, his IQ is not just below 0.
He peaked.
It's null and void, Jesse. $9 million, Jesse. $9 million. Who in the right mind is going to take that guy off your hands?
Here's the thing that I don't like about how this is set up now, because the Oilers clearly thought Nurse is going to be the next whatever. I don't even know. Chara, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know what they
That's
thought.
where you went. That's where you went with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they paid like he was there already.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because you can't pay that legendary level pay for someone that's hasn't proven anything yet. And yeah, there was things, but I just can't see it. And I think he's peaked. I think he peaked a few years ago, and this is just the best it's going to get. Because clearly nothing's really changed, and he's not a factor out there at all. He does. You're not scared of him.
No, nobody's scared of him. Nobody's scared of him.
You're not really. No. You don't really. But you look at the rest of the D2, and nobody really stands out on that, other than Ekholm. I think it's probably the only one that really does.
Ekholm does stand out. He's the only one. He's not known to be a fighter, but he will mix it up.
No, but I think like defensively, he's great.
I agree. He's a 1A, you know. So you gotta, but Nurse.
But the rest is like so. I mean, we should have
Bouchard's
goaltenders.
scoring. Bouchard's got some points this year, so that's you kind of keep him
fine,
around. But he's your low end guy. He's your low end guy.
Yeah, when your goaltender's struggling, how is your defense? Like it has to come back down to that. And okay, Skinner let in some bad goals, which the defense can't really do much about. But that being said, it leaves something to be desired still. And I think that now with Skinner being so leaky.
Well,
leaky.
Leaky? Yeah. That's a great analogy.
Yeah. He's leaking like a sieve. Everyone has to play differently. And the thing about the Oilers is that their run and gun is negated now because they're so terrified of breaking out too fast. Because the Canucks have a weird way of also, like the Oilers had some really long, like you said, a sustained possession in the zone, but the Canucks get on these weird things where they can cycle that puck for seems like all day.
What about Hughes now too? Like we never talked about him before. All of a sudden now you're talking about him because he plays like old time hockey to the next level.
Great.
He is great, and he's really exposing certain people. That should have been a 4-minute major for McDavid that game too as well. Because he cut him across the face. Yep. He didn't even make a thing about it. Did you see him? Yep. He wasn't the guy going, "Oh, hey, look what happened." No, he didn't say shit. He's that guy. He's old time hockey. He's gonna get it back. And you can't say enough about him the way he's been playing. Like it's unreal. Like I said, I after watching this whole, can we do some mathematics? We're talking now 7 games. The Oilers have won 1.
Yes.
During the regular.
Right.
Yeah. No one's talking about that. Yeah. No one's talking about their 1 win.
That's why I was so big about Oilers winning game 1 because it was a psychological thing.
And then it looked like they were going to.
And then they choked. Let's be real. They choked game 1.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. So they and then that's in their head. Yeah, they win game 2 in overtime, but then they're like, "Oh, we're fine," and they come back to your house and smack you around.
Yeah,
that's they come into your house and they smack you in the mouth.
And for the rest of the show, we should come up with they went to your house, they pulled your pants down, and they spanked you.
Yeah.
Your turn, Jesse.
Yeah.
They went to your house.
They grabbed your little dog, your nice little cute puppy, and they took it from you. They said, "We're taking your dog that you just got and you love, and we're going to take this home with us now. It's our dog now."
Jesse, they went to your house.
Okay.
They took you out to the woodshed, pulled your pants down, and hit you with a bamboo stick across your ass.
Jeez. Well, I think they went right up. They went to your house. They walked up to your significant other, and they just full on open mouth made out with her.
I can't top it, Jesse.
And
Jesse,
you had to watch. And you
Jesse,
you didn't do anything about it. You didn't do anything about it.
Oilers, you need something to watch before your next show, before your next game. Watch this show, the Me and Jesse podcast, because if you can't get that into your thick skulls, all of you, that's exactly what just happened the other night, there's something wrong with you. But Jesse, bravo. I'll take the last one and cut it there because we could go on all night about this one because it is atrocious. This is an abomination of the word hockey, and when I hear McDavid making speeches about his brothers, I don't know who your brothers are, but my brothers would never allow that. Ever.
We'll be right back on the Main Jesse podcast.
Hey, you've spoken, and we've listened. Introducing the next version of Backscape, Backscape 2.0. This is going to change everything. Not only can you assemble your Backscape faster than a NASCAR pit crew now, but you can take out the shaver and use this anywhere you want on your body. With Backscape, you're not just grooming, you're sculpting a masterpiece. Welcome inside the controls center of Backscape World Headquarters. This is where all the important business gets done. But I want to show you something else.
Hi, thanks for calling Backscape. How can I help you?
Our customer service team here at Backscape is incredible. With great smoothness comes great responsibility. My work is done here. Backscape 2.0 is so easy to use, you don't even need an instructional manual, but we put one in there anyway. Hey, look, it's me. With Backscape, grooming your own back hair and the rest of your body hair has never been easier. So cheers to you, you connoisseur of comfort, you sultan of smoothness. Head over to backscape.com and remember, stay smooth, gentlemen.
To think. Tiger Woods back this weekend, PGA Championship, Valhalla. Does he got a shot, Jesse?
No.
Okay, on to the next. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
It's
really,
so
I mean, I mean, I appreciate it that he's like trying, but come on.
Exactly.
It's like,
no,
these new guys are just too good now. Like, it really, like,
no.
as much as, like, as we know, I know, yeah. As much as we want, like, in the ratings would be crazy if Tiger's, like, leading. But
even if he made the cut.
Yeah.
Even if he made the cut.
Which he did in the Masters, and everyone was jacked about it, which is, like, all you could really hope for. So, I think that, you know, his day's done, unfortunately. And it's a little tainted, to be honest.
Well, you know, what I find out about golf, I played this last week with Dr. Rob, and we were playing, and my whole thing is to shoot under 80 this year. You know, like I want to be consistently under 80.
Yeah.
And I was on the course, and a lot of things happened, and I ended up shooting an 83.
Okay.
But I played well enough to shoot a 77, meaning like I at one point I was 2 under on the back side after 5 holes. And I found some way to make a double and a triple bogey along the way. And what I'm trying to say is that that's golf. Meaning, like, golf is so cruel. Like, my wife said, "Did you have a good time playing?" You know, with Dr. Rob, and I said, "I did, but I was sad after because I choked." And she goes, "What do you mean you choked?" And I go, "I choked. It mentally messed with me because I was so close to shooting in the 70s again. Since I was a kid, I used to shoot in the 70s all the time. But once you know, do you remember when Chuck Liddell was unbeatable at one point?
Yeah.
And then that one day that happened and he got knocked out. And then all of a sudden, Chuck got knocked out all the time because people are like, "Oh my God, you can get there." And when I was playing golf, I know once I get in the 70s again, it'll be normal now. My new normal will be shooting in the 70s, 80, 81, 70s, 80, 81, 82. You know, that will be my regular. That's how it works. But you got to get there. You got to get there. And that's something that people need to understand about practice and things that happen with Tiger along the way. You know, people think, "Oh, he's got one more in him." He doesn't, everybody. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You could practice till the cows come home. You could do everything, but age catches up with all of us.
Yep.
And you got guys now like Rory McIlroy, who just won this weekend, and these other guys, they literally drive the ball 320, 330 on the regular, Jesse. And when you do that, that changes the game exponentially to a whole different direction.
Right.
When you're driving the ball 330, 340, even 350, these aren't long drive guys. These are guys on the PGA Tour. This is how far they hit the ball now.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the game totally different.
Yeah, and when your body just can't do that anymore, when you can't put those extra yards in anymore, it's just not going to happen. So those other guys are going to slow down. Those other guys aren't going to like wait for you to catch up either.
Correct.
Yeah, they want to win too. They don't care if you're Tiger Woods. So I think that's why he can't do another one. If he does, it'll be world news. But it just is. I mean, maybe put a $10 bet on there to pay out $1,000. But like honestly, like I don't think that's going to be a real thing.
Well, Phil won a major when he was 50, right?
Sure,
Phil
but he didn't have like horrible
car
surgeries
crashes.
and then a car crash, which
that's right. That's right.
So, and say what you want about Phil, but didn't have to go through all that stuff. Yeah, he had injuries, but not like Tiger. Tiger's had quite a few significant ones, and so and especially now because it seems like the last like 2 years there's been a new like
wave.
Yeah, of guys that can really put that ball down.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah,
Scotty Scheffler,
and are consistently good. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean, again, he's good for ratings, and so if he does get in, into the top 10
100%.
kind of thing, people are going to watch because it's Tiger, and you still want to do it.
They want to see it.
He's given us too many events. He's given us too many great memories of Tiger, and you can't take that away from him ever.
You cannot.
Yeah. So anyway, I just, it's one of those things too, because you get sad sometimes when you watch someone like fade.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. When I see them right in front of your face, when I remember Muhammad Ali back in the day, I physically watched him fade.
Yeah.
I watched it live, and I watched why he was doing that. He lost to people that he would have never lost to in his prime. And then as he was just fighting that one more fight, the last 4 or 5 fights of his career, it's like, it doesn't tarnish him because what he did outside the ring, Muhammad Ali.
Right.
So his iconic stature, and if you take the body of his work during his prime, he's arguably the greatest of all time. But there is that aftermath of fights that he took that, in my opinion, is just, we wish he didn't do that.
Well, who would be the second best? Tyson?
No, it would be let's say
it's Tyson. I'll say it's Tyson.
Yeah, because you know why you can say, why you can say it's Tyson, Jesse? Because if you go prime Tyson, prime Ali, and you cut it off there, right? And I know
that's what I mean. Like Tyson had a similar thing where he faded off.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So you could be right. You could, people go, well, what about Floyd Mayweather? I'm like, never. I just think there's something about Floyd's record that is so suspect.
It's inflated.
To me.
Yeah.
It's inflated immensely. There's probably 5 tough guys on his whole record. So
not in their full prime.
Exactly. None of them were in their prime.
Canelo wasn't.
Them. No, he was so not in his prime. Yeah. And then you look at it and you say, well, you look at all these like Joe Lewis's, and you look at all these other people, and you look at Rocky Marciano, and you look at all these other guys, and you say to yourself, oh, it could have been this guy. And then you could have said Roy Jones at one time in his life. There was this window where he was just so invincible.
Yeah.
And then what did he do? He went to go fight in heavyweight and got killed. And then he went to go fight at different weight classes, got knocked out. And you go, well, okay, let's stop. So if you take Ali, you take George Foreman, you take Tyson, you take all these guys, and you take that section, the big section of their record when they were just prime fighting.
Yeah.
You could say Ali Tyson. You could.
Yeah.
You really could, because you got to talk about guys that shifted the game. Like Tyson didn't just shift the game. He got people that didn't like boxing to watch boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
And the story.
Yeah.
People that never watched boxing would run to go watch him box. So you tell me what that means to you. Just like Ali. Ali did the same thing. He moved nations. He moved countries to watch him box. Did Floyd Mayweather do that? Never. Never. No one ever ran to see Floyd fight. Only when he fought Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and it wasn't really even to see just Floyd.
That's right. No, that's what I'm saying, though. That's he wasn't even technically the A side. He was like the B side in that fight because McGregor's so much more popular, I think, on the grand scheme of things. Yeah. So this is the reality of it all. It's like people don't understand. It's like Yeah, you have to take people in that segment of time. The rest of the time they were doing it was because of financial burdens. And you could say, yeah, it was because of their own self that happened, but on the grand scheme of things, I look at it that way. I look
Right.
like I look that way in tennis. I look at Pete Sampras in a place. I look at John McEnroe in a place. I look at Novak Djokovic in a place. I look at Nadal in a place, like
Sure.
that segment of that era where they ruled. That's what I want to talk about. Not the aftermath when they kept playing. It stops, And if you look at Ali's and you look at Tyson's, like you said, arguably you can't say like Tyson's, or even Tyson today, what he's doing for men with mental health and everything else is incredible.
Yeah.
Is incredible.
Yeah, I would say that Tyson, like, he definitely has done a lot more post career. It's crazy, actually.
Oh, I agree.
But I would say too, it's still back to that point. It is sad to watch these guys fade. It's part of life, though. Like, that's what you have to understand.
Didn't we watch it with race car drivers? We've watched it with hockey. Watched it with hockey players.
Everything.
We watched it. That's why.
The only one we didn't watch it with? Gretzky. He left.
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit, but he did it.
He pulled the plug. But just a little bit.
Yeah, he pulled the plug though, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not going to go off into that." And the only real pro that never came back, only real superstar, legendary guy that didn't come back after he retired.
Because Jordan did. Couldn't help himself.
Brady did.
Yeah. Brady might still.
Yeah, maybe. Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady?
What's that?
Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady?
Yeah, it was probably arguably the best roast in history.
Oh, it was.
Nikki Glaser. Glaser. I am a super fan of Nikki Glaser. She lit it up.
She really did. It was crazy.
Oh, she lit it next level. Like she was just way too smart for everybody on that one.
It was straight up wild.
Yeah. Wild.
3 hours of it too.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, so you can go watch it.
You can go watch it. Be warned, it is something else. They went at everybody.
Yeah.
Giselle now is pissed. And I mean, guess so.
For what? She's banging her jiu-jitsu instructor.
I know, it's so funny.
What are you mad about? You can't. That's not Tom Brady's fault. You understand?
That's what she wanted to. Fault, pretty much.
That's what she wanted to do, so go do it. Like,
the thing, like she didn't want him to go back into the league, and he did.
Yeah, he found out what happens when you do that.
Yeah, he did.
But you know what's funny? It's probably been like 3 or 4 times, and she said, "If you do it one more time, Tom, if you do it one more time, I'm done." So she was already done, and she didn't even have an affair on him. She told him, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Then she bounced, and then she went and banged someone else. But prior to that, she didn't have an affair on him. She's not that kind of girl. She basically just said, "I've told you 14 times, stay home. We got tons of money. We can go do whatever we want." These guys can't get away from the game. They can't. It's worse than any drug in the world. They can't let it go. They just can't. No. They got to be around it, bro. Look at all the people in the world today. Ray Lewis's of the world and everybody else. They're still involved. They're still around it. They're still commentating. They want to be around the game. And Brady's no different.
Right. I think so too.
He's worse than anybody.
Yeah.
He's self-admittedly is, even to do this roast, it was to keep him relevant.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? And literally did you see who they had at the roast?
Oh my gosh. It was everybody.
No, like when you even have Belichick show up laughing and doing shots, I was like,
mind blowing how they did.
What are we watching?
I know
this is insane. And Nikki Glaser, and I can't remember the other comedian's name too. The two of them, absolute out of the park.
Kill Tony guy.
Yeah, like incredible.
Yeah,
like
so good.
The one that did the Liver King joke. The Liver King.
Yeah.
Those two.
1A,
1B, and then I watched Nikki Glaser's special with Martineau yesterday night. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. No, that was unhinged, man. That was something else. I couldn't believe it.
But you see when he made the crack about Kraft and he went over and told him,
he said, "Don't do that."
That was Jeff. What's his name? Jeff, the main guy, the bald guy that always does the
Jeff Dunham, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he literally had to warn him and tell him,
Yeah.
okay, no more Robert Kraft jokes.
Yeah. Which is funny, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too.
Yeah.
When you put yourself out for a roast, there is no
that's
guideline.
the point. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like everyone else is also on notice because everyone's gonna get it on this one.
yeah.
It was like they were storing up for a long time. I couldn't believe it. But
The Nikki Glazer Gronk joke about the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I literally almost peed myself laughing when she did that impression of him. I literally was like, oh my God.
It's so funny because that's been my impression of Gronk for years, like Gronk love ball. And so like it always is. Like it's so funny that so many people think that, but it was you guys got to watch it. Netflix roast of Tom Brady. It's don't know if the kids around, but
it's mandatory. In fact, I'd probably watch it again.
Yeah. Well, now all the clips are getting clipped and like shared around social media too. So there's some good ones out there. But check that out for sure. I got some games starting right away here: Hurricanes, Rangers, and Stars, Avalanche tonight. Later, Stars up 2-1. That's a great series, man. Those two teams, like those are my two favorites, I would say.
What you're saying too, those are the two
Rangers
teams that could probably win the Stanley Cup. Those are the two teams that could win the Stanley Cup, in my opinion.
They both could. But then you look at the Rangers and the Panthers, and they're in there too.
Well, my dad said it. He said Boston's going to win the first game, and then Florida's going to eat their lunch after.
Yeah,
and I was like,
they sure have.
How can you say that, Dad? He goes, when you come off the road, you come off the first series, and you have that little break. The break's too long, and what happens? And it's my dad, sure as shit, 90 years old, calling it exactly. He said they're going to win the first game, and they're going to get roasted the next 3 to 4 games.
What did he say about the Oilers series?
Oh, he's saying what we just said about the Russian kid and the other guy, the way they're just manhandling. He said he can't believe they're getting away with it. Like there's nobody. And listen, we want to say Kane is the answer to solve the problem. Kane's not that, he's not a 246-pound guy. Eh? Like he's just not.
And you lose him for X number of minutes when you're like trading off for him. Who is going to trade off? You need that guy that's on the fourth line to trade off. That's why I think Perry just like grabs him and punches him in the face a couple times and try to trade that off. But yeah, it's something else. But yeah, the Panthers look very good too.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
But that Stars Avalanche, I mean, both those teams are stacked and
scary.
Yeah, scary good. So
very high level hockey.
Canucks and Oilers got to play one of them after, and so you're playing like this. I don't know. I don't know about you, but you look at Vancouver right now and just how they're putting the toughness out there. Yeah,
you got to think to yourself. You got to give them, if they keep this up, you almost got to give them a ticket to the party as well, because they don't look like they're going anywhere. And listen, their coach is a beauty.
Yeah,
is Rick Tocchet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like come on, like this guy.
Remember him playing? Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like he's got into their heads how to do this.
Yeah.
And what they're, what Rick Tocchet told them, he said, stop looking at McDavid's feet and start drilling him in the chest and in the face, like they've been doing. And he's getting destroyed in this series. It started in the LA series a little bit. And then in the Vancouver series, they don't give a shit who he is.
Nope. And and it's so funny because like I said, not a traditionally tough team, the Canucks, and they're coming out. They got the report. They're like the Oilers.
So what you're saying?
So
you're saying they're not very tough. What is that saying about the Oilers?
I know,
Jesse?
that's what I mean.
What's it
the
saying?
Oilers bend under. McDavid doesn't like being touched at all, and that's always been the Flames. The only time they ever did well against them was when they were mean to McDavid. And when you look at the teams that figure that out, he's going to burn you. Yeah, he's going to get his thing. But on game 3, they made a point of targeting McDavid.
Well, they're soft, Jesse.
0 points.
They're soft, Jesse.
There isn't enough Cialis in the world to get them up for the next game, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how soft they are.
Yeah.
Oilers. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching tonight. Don't forget to check out crystalglass.ca.
and your clear choice for all your glass needs. Go to 310 Glass and check out Backscape, everybody. Their 2.0 Backscape. Going off the shelves like, remember the Cabbage Patch doll?
I do remember that.
Going off the shelf like Cabbage Patch dolls,
nice.
buddy. Yeah, little Backscape coming at you. 2.0.
That's right. Yeah, head over to backscape.com.
And don't forget, guys, coming in 12 days, less
yes.
than 12 days right now, Unified Boxing 2 at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Go to ticketmaster.ca, use Unified. Jesse, there is literally 18 general admission tickets left.
Not many left.
18.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 tables left, and there's some balcony seating left, and that is it.
Yeah.
This is that close to selling out.
Yeah. And go back on the last few episodes where we had the main event, both guys on the show. Right. And that's going to be a good fight.
Oh,
dude, that was a good match.
Yes. And Vlad looks like he's very believable. When you watch his training videos, you say to yourself, I just don't want to be hit by that. I just don't. It looks violent.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what you watch. Remember watching Tyson? Like,
same thing. You remember the story? Customato brought in 10 training partners, and Tyson said, I don't want to spar all 10 guys. And Customato said to him, well, we're not on a time limit. So as fast as you can knock everybody out, we can go home. He knocked out everybody in the first round.
Yeah.
So he was there for 3 minutes and knocked out all 10 guys and went home.
It's insane. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's May 24th, Unified Boxing in River Creek Casino. Where do they get tickets?
Ticketmaster.ca, everybody. Just enter in Unified Boxing, Ticketmaster.ca.
All right, everybody. Until next time, that's Mark Pavelich. I'm Jesse Martineau. This has been the Me and Jesse podcast. You know what? There's a lot of online sites for things to not make you soft anymore. The Oilers really should subscribe to a few of those. See you next time, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Me and Jesse podcast. Follow us at facebook.com/Me and Jesse.